Today's class is right ventricle. The right ventricle is situated in front and to the left of the right atrium. It forms two-thirds of the sternocostal surface, most of the inferior border, and one-third of the diaphragmatic surface of the heart. On the cross section, the interior of right ventricle is semilunar, whereas left ventricle is circular because the interventricular septum bulges with convexity towards the right ventricle. The musculature of right ventricle is thinner, that is 3 to 5 millimeters, than that of the left ventricle, which is about 8 to 12 millimeters, and the proportion of thickness is between right ventricle and left ventricle is 1:3. The right ventricle, that is, the left ventricle is 3 times thicker than the right ventricle. The right ventricle presents three surfaces: sternocostal, inferior, and posterior. So here we are showing the section of the right and left ventricles, wherein we are showing the left ventricle very thick, both in contracted and relaxed stages, and right ventricle very thin compared to the left ventricle. Sternocostal surface is related with the following: sternum and ribs separated only by 3 layers of pericardium, forming area of cardiac dullness. Above and lateral to the dullness, overlapped by the left lung and pleura. Inferior surface related with the central part of the diaphragm, separated by the pericardium. Posterior surface formed by ventricular septum, which is convex to the right. So here we are showing the heart in situ, that is, the right ventricle, its anterior part is related to the lower two pieces of the sternum and the intercostal space between them. Then the rest of the area is covered by the pleura and the lung. Here we are showing the extension of the pleura and lung. The blue is the extension of the lung, and this red one is the and this part, the lower two pieces of sternum, and of course the small space by the side of it, are related to the anterior part of the right ventricle, where we are calling it as the cardiac dullness. So this is the heart in situ. Both lungs are retracted sidewards, such that you can see the complete heart. Otherwise, you will be seeing only a part of heart which is not covered by the pleura and the right lung. That is the area of the cardiac dullness, just below the lower two pieces of the sternum. Interior of the right ventricle. The interior of the right ventricle consisting of two parts: inflow rough part, inflow tract or proper, outflow smooth part, is known as conus arteriosus or infundibulum. So inflow rough part, the ventricle proper, and outflow smooth part, conus arteriosus or infundibulum. The inflow tract receives blood from the right atrium through the right atrioventricular orifice. The outflow tract ejects the blood from the ventricular apex to the pulmonary trunk through the pulmonary orifice. The conus arteriosus, with its outflow orifice, is situated above, in front, and to the left side of the inflow tract. Here we are showing this outflow tract is above, in front, and to the left of the inflow tract. This is the outflow tract, where we are having the pulmonary trunk and we are having the pulmonary valve with the two leaves anteriorly and one leaf posteriorly. The inflow tract is covered by the cuffs, anterior cuff, septal cuff, and posterior cuff. Here we are seeing the anterior cusp is larger than the septal cusp. Of course, they are connected to the papillary muscles through the cardiac tendinae, and that will come. Here, supraventricular crest is a embryological remnant, which we will discuss later. Now, therefore, the blood of inflow tract during the ejection through outflow tract make a rough obtuse angular bend. So, from here it is making a rough obtuse, not acute, it is obtuse angular bend. The inflow tract is developed mostly from the right part of the primitive ventricle and outflow tract is remnant of right part of bulbous cordis. So the inflow tract is developed mostly from the right part of the primitive ventricle. The outflow tract is remnant of right part of bulbous cordis. Supraventricular crest intervenes between the inflow and outflow tract. Features of the inflow tract: the right atrioventricular orifice and the tricuspid valve complex. The right atrioventricular orifice is somewhat oval or circular in outline and is oriented almost vertically. Virtually, the orifice faces downwards, forwards, to the left towards the ventricular apex. The circumference of opening is 10 to 12 centimeters. Tricuspid valve complex called the right atrioventricular orifice inlet. The valve complex includes tricuspid annulus, leaflets or cusps of the tricuspid valve, cardiac tendineae, and capillary muscle. The tricuspid annulus is a collagenous ring surrounding the orifice where the base of cusps are attached. The lamina fibrosa of cusp is continuous with collagen tissue in the annulus. The annulus is composed of anterior and posterior rims of collagen tissue known as pile coronaria, both of which are attached to the right fibrous trigone. So, what is this right fibrous trigone? It is a part of the fibrous skeleton of the heart. Inferior-laterally, the tips of the phyla are connected by sulcal connective tissue. Leaflets or cups of the valve are 3 in number and are named anterior, posterior, and septal according to their attachment to the annulus. Actually, leaflets form a continuous curtain close to the annulus and project to the ventricular cavity as the individual leaflet. The anterior leaflet is larger and septal leaflet is smaller. So here, this is the anterior leaflet, this is the septal leaflet. Septal leaflet is smaller compared to the anterior leaflet, and these are forming a continuous sheet-like sheet, covering like thing for this annulus. The atrioventricular opening. So again the same thing here. Okay. The anterior junction between the leaflets are represented by deep indentation or fissures, and these are named as anteroseptal, posterioseptal, and anterior-posterior commissures. Fan-shaped cardiac tendineae are attached to the commissures. The anterior leaflet is attached to the upper margin of the annulus and extends medially across the membranous part of the ventricular septum to meet the septal leaflets at anteroseptal commissure. The septal leaflet extends from the muscular part to the membranous part of the ventricular septum after angulation and reaches anteroseptal commissure. So here, this blue part is the membranous part of the ventricular septum, and this is the muscular part of the ventricular septum, and here this anterior leaflet is ending at this junction of the the membranous part and the back part, or in the membranous part itself, whereas the septal leaflet is also joining here the anterior commissure, there at the junction of the membranous and muscular part of the septum. So here we are showing this tricuspid valve complex open. Wherein we are showing the anterior leaflet very large compared to the septal leaflet and the posterior leaflet. And these leaflets are attached to the annulus, part. Then each leaflet is having a basal zone, a clear zone, rough zone, and they are attached to the papillary muscles by cardiac tendinae. This is the posterior leaflet is attached almost horizontally to the lower margin of the annulus and extend from the anterior posterior to the posterior septal condition. The free margins of the posterior leaflet present usually two clefts which subdivide the leaflet into three scallops. Small fan-shaped chordae are attached to the clefts. Each leaflet is formed by the reduplication of the endocardium containing lamina fibrosa, which is continuous at the periphery with valve annulus and at the margins and on the ventricular surface of cusps with the collagen threads of the chordae tendinae. So here we are seeing the posterior leaflet having two arches wherein the cleft chordae, two clefts wherein the cleft chordae are attached, and it is divided into three leaflets. Now each leaflet is formed by the reduplication of endocardium containing lamina fibrosa. So lamina fibrosa is in between one layer of endocardium into the ventricular surface and the other layer of endocardium into the atrial surface will be covering these leaflets. This lamina fibrosa is continuous at the periphery with the valve annulus. The annulus is again a fibrous ring, so that it is continuous, this lamina fibrosa, and at the margins is continuous with the threads of chordae tendinae. Those are also the fibrous structures. Each leaflet presents from the free margin to the annulus three zones: a rough zone, clear zone, and basal zone. Basal zone towards the annulus, clear zone in between, and rough zone towards the periphery. The rough zone is thick and provides attachments to the chordae tendinae on its ventricular surface, while its atrial surface comes in tight opposition with the rough zones of the adjacent leaflets during the ventricular system. The clear zone is thin and has no chordal attachment. The basal zone is about 2 to 3 mm in extent and is thick, vascular, and gives attachment to the basal chordae on its ventricular aspect. So here we are showing the discontinued lines for the attachment of this chordae, and that is because they are in the posterior aspect. This is the anterior aspect, the atrial surface, whereas that posterior aspect we are having ventricular surface. So we are showing chordae as dotted lines. Each leaflet presents a rough clear basal zone, which as we have shown. The basal zone about 2 to 3 mm in extent is thick, vascular, and gives attachment to the basal chordae on its ventricular aspect. Basal chordae, these are the basal chordae. They are showing in dotted line, that means they are in ventricular aspect. Chordae tendinae. These are endothelial covered collagenous truss and consisting of two varieties, false and true. So this is also the leaflets. They are covered by endothelium, and in between the two layers of the endothelium we are having collagenous threads. The false chordae extend irregularly, connecting the ventricular valves do not do the important. The true chordae connect apical third of the papillary muscle to the free margins and ventricular surface of the tricuspid valve complex. So, the true chordae are connecting the apical third of the papillary muscle to the free margins of the ventricular surface of the tricuspid valve complex. They help in valve closure during systole and prevent turning of the leaflets towards the atrium. So they prevent the turning of leaflets, and they help in wall closure. That means they help in closing the wall tightly during systole. That means during systole, the blood from the ventricle should go through the pulmonary trunk and it should not regurgitate into right auricle. So only they are closing tightly during systole. The cardi are classified according to their attachment to the leaflets as commissural, cleft, pre-marginal, rough zone, deep, and basal. The commissural and cleft cardi are fan-shaped and are attached to the indentations and margins of the adjacent leaflets or scalars. So these are commissural and cleft cardi, which are fan-shaped and are attached to the three margins of these clefts. Indentations and margins of the adjacent leaflets of the scalars. The free cardi are attached to the free margins of the wall by dividing into branches. The rough zone cardi present usually three strands. One is attached to the free margin, one to the junction of the rough and clear zones, and other to the rough zone midway between the former two. So here, this one, the rough zone cardi, wherein it is having three strands. One is attached to the free border, one is attached to the junction of the clear zone and the rough zone, and then midway between these two, midway between the rough zone, we are having one more strand attached. So that is the rough zone cardi. Then the deep cardi extend deep to the free margin. They are directly attached to the junction of rough and clear zones. The basal cardi extend from ventricular wall to the basal zone of the leaflet. So, trabecular cornea. The wall of the inflow tract is rough and presents trabecular cornea, which consisting of ridges, bridges, and papillary muscle. Trabecular cornea is having ridges, bridges, and papillary muscle. It is present on the inflow tract. The ridges are numerous linear elevations, out of which supraventricular crest deserves the special mention because it is an embryological remnant of the alveoventricular ridge. Crest extends downwards and to the right along the posterior wall of the infundibulum from the ventricular septum to the right atrioventricular opening. Crest extends downwards and to the right along the posterior wall of the infundibulum from the ventricular septum to the right atrioventricular opening. These are the cardiac and trabecular cornea, wherein the crest is extending from the posterior wall to the edge of the wall, atrioventricular wall. Of course, supraventricular crest is this part, is an embryological remnant. Ventricular septum to the right atrioventricular. Crest extends downwards and to the right along the posterior wall of the from the ventricular septum to the right atrioventricular. This is the posterior wall of the right atrium. So here we are showing the anterior leaflets, anterior papillary cardia tendinae that are connected to the anterior leaflets and trabecular cornea. These are the bridges. In the posterior leaflet, we are showing the cardia tendinae of the posterior attached to the posterior leaflet and the posterior papillary muscle. The bridges connect the ventricular wall by their ends but remain free in the middle. Most of the human hearts present a specialized bridge known as septomarginal trabecular, which extends from the right side of the ventricular septum to the base of the anterior papillary muscle. Septomarginal. The trabeculae conveys right branch of the atrioventricular bundle and is presumed to prevent over-distension of the right ventricle. Hence, the trabeculae is sometimes called the moderator band. Sometimes the septal end of the trabeculae is continuous with the supraventricular crest. So, most of the human hearts present a specialized bridge known as septomarginal trabeculae from the right side of the ventricular septum to the base of the anterior papillary muscle. This is the septomarginal trabeculae. This is the anterior papillary muscle. From the septum to the base of the anterior papillary muscle, the septomarginal trabeculae extends and it prevents over distension of the right ventricle. So it is called moderator band. Conveys right branch of the atrioventricular bundle and is presumed to prevent over distension of the right ventricle. Hence, the trabeculae is sometimes called the moderator band. Sometimes the septal end of trabeculae is continuous with the supraventricular crest. The papillary muscles are conical muscular projections, usually two in number, anterior and posterior. The base of the anterior papillary muscle is attached to the sternocostal surface close to the septal wall, where the septomarginal trabeculae usually extend. The posterior papillary muscle is attached to the inferior wall of the ventricle. The apical cut of the papillary muscle provides attachment to the cardiac tendinae, which are anchored to the tricuspid wall. The cardia of the anterior papillary muscle are attached to the anterior and posterior leaflets, and those of posterior papillary muscles are connected to the posterior and septal leaflets. The papillary muscles and their cardia regulate perfect control of the tricuspid wall during systole by approximating the atrial surface of the rough zone of the leaflets. So here we are showing the anterior papillary muscle. The cardia of the anterior papillary muscle are going to the anterior cusp as well as the posterior cusp, whereas cardia from the posterior papillary muscle are going to the septal cusp. Of course, these are regulating the closure of this atrioventricular wall during systole. The cardia of the anterior papillary muscle attached to the anterior posterior leaflets, posterior septum. Papillary muscles and their cardia regulate perfect closure of the tricuspid wall during systole by approximating the atrial surface of one of the leaflets. So that's about the inlet. So regarding inlet, what you have to talk is you have to talk about the three cups: anterior cup, posterior cup, septal cups, and then you have to talk about the cardia. The cardiac tendinae, which are attached from the cups to the papillary muscle, the anterior papillary muscle and posterior papillary muscle. Anterior papillary muscle, the cardiac tendinae are attached to the anterior and posterior cups, whereas the posterior papillary muscle, the cardia are attached to the posterior and septal cusps. And then the function is they are closely approximating this three cusps tightly such that there is no leakage, there is no back push of the blood into the right atrium. So the blood will be completely pushed through the pulmonary wall into the pulmonary trunk only. Features of the outflow tract. The conus arteriosus or infundibulum of the outflow tract is conical, smooth walled and truncated and is directed upwards, backwards and to the left, making an obtuse angle with the inflow tract. The apex of the infundibulum presents pulmonary orifice which is circular and guarded by three semilunar cuffs, two in front and one behind. So here we are showing the pulmonary orifice guarded by the three semilunar cuffs, anterior semilunar cuff, and of course two anteriorly and one posteriorly. We can say anterior, right and left. So of the walls, and then this outflow tract is making an obtuse angle from the inflow tract. Each cusp is attached to fibrous scallop of the orifice by a convex margin. The free margins of the cusp project into the pulmonary trunk and presents a fibrous nodule at the center of the free margin with two thin dunnulae on each side of the nodule. Each cusp is formed by reduplication of endocardium containing lamina fibrosa, which extends from the nodule to the scala. The cusp commissure are located at the summit of the scalars. So here we are showing the cusps of the pulmonary wall, which is having lamina fibrous lamina in between and on either side covered by the endocardium, and they extend from the nodule to the scallop. Cusp commissure are located at the summit of the scallop. For each cusp, pulmonary trunk presents dilatation, pulmonary sinus. So this part we are showing dilatation, pulmonary sinus, and which is filled with vortices of regurgitant blood during diastole and helps opposition of the margins of the cusp. So when they are filled, there is chance of this cusp margins are closed. Viewed from the pulmonary trunk, the opposite cusp margin form triradiate line during diastole, and separated cusp margins assume triangular outline during ventricular systole. The lower limit of the infundibulum is represented by supraventricular crest in the dorsal wall and by septomarginal tubercle in the ventral wall. The roughness of the tubercular cornea slows the inflow of blood during diastole. The smooth walled conus arteriosus increases the velocity during the ejection phase of the system. So this part is rough, and the inflow of the blood from the right atrium to the right ventricle is slowed down, whereas this exit part is smooth. So when the ventricle contracts, the blood is going faster into the pulmonary artery. So the outflow is faster than the inflow comparatively because of the structure of the inflow tract and outflow tract. How much that will. So this figure is very important for right ventricle. For drawing right ventricle, easy. The right atrium is posterior to it to the right. So the right ventricle is anterior and to the left of the right atrium, and then we have to describe the inflow tract and the outflow tract. Inflow tract is having rough area because of the tubercular cornea, the cardiac tendinae, and of course the cusps. And the cusps are the lamina fibrosa covered on either side by endocardium, and the cusps are anterior, posterior, and septal cusp. Septal cusp is very small compared to the anterior cusp, and they are having the connections cardiac tendinae from the papillary muscle. Anterior and posterior papillary muscles are there, onto the inferior wall of this right ventricle. And of course, then we have to discuss the exit. Exit is the pulmonary into the pulmonary trunk, guarded by the pulmonary wall. It is having three semilunar cups. Cups anterior, actually two are anterior and one is posterior, or you can say anterior semilunar cup, right semilunar and left semilunar. And then there is a supraventricular crest. It's an embryological remnant which is separating this the inflow and outflow tracts of the ventricle. Inflow tract is rough, so the blood flows slowly into the right ventricle, whereas the outflow tract is smooth and blood can go faster into the pulmonary artery. That is small revision, okay? And that finishes the class. Sudarshan garu, last year